You're listening to Cards to the Moon, a podcast about trading cards from both a collector and investor perspective. We hope you'll stick around for the ride as we take a deep dive into the state of the hobby, share some hot takes, hopefully some useful advice, and fun stories along the way. Hey guys, welcome back to Cards to the Moon. This is episode 312, and my name is Clark from 5cardguys.com, and you can also find me at 5cardguys on Instagram, YouTube, and on Facebook. Co-hosting with me today is Will and Roy. They're back for their regular monthly podcast session, and you know what that means? We're going to talk WWE, we're going to talk Pokemon cards, but we'll also talk about the hobby in general, because I do have a question later on about cards that are in super high demand, whether they're Pokemon or sports cards. But before we get into that, off the top, Will, I want to start with you because the 2025 Topps Chrome WWE Cactus Jack set, designed by Travis Scott, the rapper, the artist, that's scheduled to be released August 29th. I don't think it's the first collab between WWE and Travis Scott when it comes to cards, but it's definitely not the first between Travis Scott and Topps, because he, of course, has the Cactus Jack baseball cards both in 2024 and 2025, which was a Fanatics Fest exclusive, and they're selling for thousands. It's just a couple packs in a box, but they're selling for thousands. So yeah, Will, just want to get your thoughts on this new upcoming set. Do you like this collab? Do you think it'll bring more exposure to WWE cards in general? And do you like the idea of celebrities collaborating with WWE? There's Logan Paul, Jelly Roll. I saw clips with Jelly Roll, and now and there's iShowSpeed as well, the YouTuber. So yeah, your general thoughts on this whole collaboration and the Cactus Jack set.
Yeah, you know, for wrestling fans, Travis Scott is a little bit of a hot topic issue. He's not very well regarded right now. There's some drama that's happened this past year with The Rock and with Travis Scott coming in and interfering or just being a part of a couple big shows like WrestleMania and Elimination Chamber, or maybe it wasn't Elimination Chamber. But yeah, a little bit like, he came earlier in the year and he walked down with Jey Uso. Remember, I showed you guys the videos of Jey Uso yeeting. He starts at the 200 level of a stadium and walks down. And Travis Scott did that once. And everyone was really excited. Everyone's really hyped. Because it's also in the era of WWE being on Netflix. And it seemed like every week they were just trying to show, hey, look how great we are. We've got these celebrities at our shows. And so anytime they show the celebrities, you kind of understand it's marketing. And then sometimes it'd be like a Netflix actor, or like a Netflix show or a movie's about to get released. So you understand it's all kind of that paid promotion kind of thing. And when Travis Scott came down, it was pretty cool. Everyone's like, oh, Travis Scott, that's awesome. And then he got really involved with this whole Rock thing with Cody Rhodes and whatever. And I was going to go into a whole 10-minute thing about the history, the recent history and all that stuff. But I'll save our listeners. Maybe I'll start my own pod where we just kind of like talk about the storylines of wrestling.
That'd be good.
But he was not well regarded getting involved in this storyline. And then there was some drama, like some people are saying like, oh, he was supposed to be heavily featured in a match at SummerSlam, and he wasn't really putting in his best effort to, learn some wrestling moves and get involved and all that stuff. And it seems like they pivoted to Jelly Roll. So you mentioned Jelly Roll. I was a little bit like, why is Jelly Roll in a wrestling match? It just came out of nowhere. Yeah. But when you listen to the podcast with Jelly Roll on Cody Rhodes' podcast, you can tell how much he loves wrestling. And so the fans after that match have gotten really behind Jelly Roll. And it just goes to show, like, wrestling fans, like, if you come in and you act too cool, And you're not you're not going to play the game. You're not going to act your part, and you're not going to be invested. Like, WWE fans will just chew you out. They'll just forget about you. And that's what's happened with Travis Scott. And it's interesting because they did so many promotional things together. It was expected that he would be a part of WrestleMania and SummerSlam and like the big shows. He was supposed to be a downloadable character on WWE 2K25, and they got rid of him. Wow. He was, and then, there's this whole release that's coming out, I think, in a couple weeks or maybe next week.
Next week, yeah.
And honestly, like, I don't know. I think people have really soured on him in the WWE circles. Mm-hmm. And for me, like, I never really knew. I'm not part of the culture. I'm too old for that, so I don't really know anything about Travis Scott. But I feel like it might turn into like a Ben Baller brand. Like,
wow, okay.
Like how Topps Chrome had Ben Baller cards.
Yeah.
It's like, for a while, everyone's like, "Oh, these are the best things ever," and I was just like, "Am I taking crazy pills? Like, these? What are these? These aren't that good." And I think that's what's going to happen with the Travis Scott cards too.
Interesting. Just the timing of everything is interesting.
Yeah, and it blew up. It blew up in all their faces. It didn't turn out well.
Well, I mean, so yeah, I guess to your point, it depends on who the celebrity is. And I feel like the ones that WWE fans like are, like you said, the celebrities that are actually really huge wrestling fans themselves. And that kind of shines through, right?
Yeah.
Jelly 100%. Roll, for instance. Where Travis Scott, he seemed to be getting into it at the beginning, but he was pretty new to the scene. So maybe he just got bored of it himself, and now he's out. I don't know. I've heard drama here and there behind the scenes, but yeah, it's just kind of after the whole John Cena heel turn and that, he kind of disappeared.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, even John Cena, he turned at Elimination Chamber in Toronto. WrestleMania, he won with Travis Scott's help against Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. And then SummerSlam just happened a couple weeks ago, and he lost to Cody Rhodes. And the day before on SmackDown, John Cena was like, "You know what? I'm giving up the shtick of being the bad guy. Like, I'm just going to be a good guy again. Let's all forget about the last couple months." Yeah. And I think John Cena's line before SummerSlam was, "Tomorrow when you come to the show, I'll be the only platinum rapper that's there," or whatever. So it's like a little dig. He had a dig at The Rock, and he had a dig at Travis Scott. So I think the fans were really happy about that.
All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see in terms of cards how it does. Because I feel like WWE, the Topps baseball collaboration with the Cactus Jack Travis Scott's brand seems to still be doing well. And maybe it's because it's in limited supply. So I don't know if the WWE collab is limited as well. So that might play a factor in whether the value is there for collectors.
Yeah,
and
I think the interest is limited.
Sure.
I don't think people are going to care that much.
Is it a buy low opportunity?
I think it's just the flippers. The flippers are going to get on it, and it's going to be this complete artificial price point.
You were just mentioning, Roy, if there was a buy low opportunity. Is there a buy low opportunity on Ben Baller cards? It's like, is it not the same thing? I don't know. But I was curious because when I was researching for this episode, whether Pokemon has ever collaborated with celebs. So I sent you guys something a little bit earlier today, and I only found, there might be more, but I only found a Pokemon concert back in 2021 where Post Malone, Katy Perry, and J Balvin all performed, right? And apparently they received a one-of-one Pokemon card that features a cartoon version of themselves with a couple of Pokemon characters, right? Now, I don't know if the pictures of these cards are circulating online are real. We kind of had this discussion whether it was actually released to them. But that aside, just a question for you, Roy. Do you think Pokemon should collab more with real celebrities, or do you think they don't really need to?
Yeah, I don't think they need to. Like, they're the number one IP in the world by a large margin. It would be cool because then you could bring in, the same way Topps is doing it. you could bring in new collectors into the space, but I don't think they're worried about that. Their focus is still probably the TCG over anything else. But like you could see it in Magic, like they're collaborating with like maybe not celebrities, but other IPs like SpongeBob, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy, and they're putting in serialized cards, which are bringing a huge chase to these sets, and like maybe something like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
like that's probably why like that Mario Pikachu is so high in demand, right? They did a collaboration with Mario and Pikachu. Yeah. So if they do more cards like that, it would definitely be pretty cool to see, like the Van Gogh and those types of arts. Yeah. But doing it with a celebrity, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, like you said, I think I saw a post on the Boardroom Instagram account, and the Pokemon IP just blows everything else out of the water right now. It's not even close. Like Disney's in third, and then Pokemon's way up there in first. So no need to. But I like the collaborations. And you mentioned with Magic they had serialized cards. Like, how does that work? Is this a kind of a limited edition set? Like, it's obviously not playable, that kind of thing?
Like, I've never was into Magic, so I don't know playability. Yeah. Even like Pokemon, I don't know playable. What cards are playable. But they, like the Final Fantasy, they had the serialized. They had a gold chocobo that you could get, and there's only 77 of them in the world that got printed. Just like a red would be out of 5, the gold chocobo is out of 77, and even Lord of the Rings, they had that one of one, right? So it's cool to see that in a TCG. I don't think Pokemon will ever kind of do that thing. Yeah, but.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so that's what Magic has done. They're putting in these serialized cards, kind of creating hype, creating more of a chase to buy. I don't know whether it's to buy the sets or just to have something that's kind of limited.
But I'm just saying this just can't be playable. It's like if you get the one of one and you're like you automatically win the game. Is that how it?
Yeah, I mean usually what it is like they just have the same card. Because there's other traveling chocobos. There's like a pink, a green, black, and then there's like the base. So I think just if you really wanted to play these cards with the serialized, it's just a flex, like a huge flex.
Right. So there's no advantage just because it's a one of one. It's just whatever the card is.
Yeah, like even in Pokemon, I believe the alt arts, they have the same playability as the base, but it's just having a nicer looking card.
Right. It's just shinier.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can you imagine someone just takes out a PSA 10 slab and just plays it like that?
Imagine your deck is just PSA 10 slabs.
You bring your Zion case to the Worlds. Like, what is this? That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll see. I think whether it's with or without celebrities, I think there's definitely opportunities for different IPs to come together, right? VFriends is doing exactly the same thing too. So all these like TCG non-sports cards, it seems to be the play right now. And I guess if you partner up with the right guys, then it could be a pretty positive synergistic effect. So I guess we'll see. All right, let's move on to hobby headlines. Okay, I'm sure you've heard that recently in Japan, McDonald's had a Happy Meal, or I think it's a Happy Set. That's what they call it in Japan. And anyway, they've done a Pokemon card promo. So if you buy a Happy Meal, you get Pokemon cards. And long story short, the promo, I believe, ended after one day because there were lineups at every McDonald's in Japan because these Pokemon cards were in super high demand. Now, you might have also seen on social media that people were just buying the Happy Meals and throwing the food away because all they wanted was the card, not the food itself. So my first question, and Roy, you can start first. Are you surprised by this at all? This like development where it's just been kind of crazy in Japan and people are lining up at McDonald's and all this food waste just for a pack of Pokemon cards? And two, is there a better, more creative way for stores to do special promos with high demand cards? Or is it just better not to do it in such a hot market.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised at it. Disappointed maybe, but yeah, like if there's money to be made, whether it's like $3 or $5 or $100, people are gonna line up and do what they need to do to make that money. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see, like, there's all these people who can't even eat, and then there's just hundreds, if not thousands, of bags of just Happy Meals on the floor of Japan. Right. But yeah, like, is there a better way? I don't know. Like the way they do it in North America, people just buy boxes. They go to the drive-thru or they go into the McDonald's and say, "Hey, can I just buy a box of those?" Like they shouldn't be doing that. They should be distributing them per Happy Meal, but they do it. They just say, "Okay, here's $200 or $300 or whatever it costs for the box," and they sell them like that.
So they actually do that. You don't have to.
They do, because I think you could buy Happy Meal toys without buying the Happy Meal.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. Whether it's Pokemon or just a regular Happy Meal toy. But I think in Japan you probably had to buy it to get the card. So I don't know. Like Happy Meals are for kids. Maybe have it that way, where if you're not under 12 or whatever the age restriction is for a Happy Meal.
You know what I'm gonna say.
There's a lot of grown men dressed in baby clothes.
No, not
coming in a stroller.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, it'll just be a huge lineup with, adults with kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be...
Well, at least the kids will eat it, right?
That's a whole other topic. Should we be feeding our kids that much McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like limit. I don't know if there was limits.
I think there was a limit, like a 5 Happy Meal limit, but you could always get around that, right?
So, yeah, in terms of distribution, I don't know if there's a better way. Like, you can't have a lottery, because like if you want a Happy Meal, you want a Happy Meal, and you get the card, right? So
the poor families who are just trying to buy Happy Meals and they can't.
Come on, that's wrong. Yeah. No, but okay, let's put this in context, right? The Happy Meal in Japan, it was like $4, I think. It was $4. And how much are the Pikachu with the McDonald's burger? That's probably the card that everyone's chasing or everyone wants.
Yeah, so there in that pack, there's 2 cards. One is the Pikachu that's guaranteed, and then the second one is like another card that you can get. Those packs are probably selling now for like 35 to 40 Canadian.
Okay.
At the time, I think the Japanese middlemen, they buy it for like 15 to 20. So.
So yeah, if
you take away the 5 that initially cost, so you're making $10 to $15 just to line up. And if you get 5 of them, it's like $50 to $75, right? So
that's not worth 2-3 hours in line.
I know, but there's people who either don't work or just have nothing better to do. So
yeah,
people can say the same thing about lining up in front of Walmart,
think of all those
right?
Walmart
or like
Walmart
a GameStop for like the day before or the night before. So
yeah, I'm not judging. But
you know what? McDonald's they made a big mistake. This was a great marketing opportunity. They should have seen what the demand was going to be like, by looking at North American markets and seeing how people are acting and just going crazy in like Costco's and all that kind of stuff. And like, if you know that this promo is going to be hot, you don't sell the food. Like, why send the food out too? Just let people buy the packs on their own. And then you can also tie that in. Like, if you want to make everyone feel good, you say, okay, so you buy this Happy Meal for $5, but if you don't take the food, we will donate that to this shelter or this place that serves like people
food bank.
Yeah. It's so easy to just come out with a simple idea that protects everyone and makes everyone feel good about it. And then me as the scalper who's waiting in line, buying my 5 packs, I'm like, wow, I'm such a good human being. I just fed 5 people.
Yeah.
You know, you feel a little bit better about the horrible things you're doing as a scalper.
You know, I don't. I'm not against scalpers. Okay, I mean, I'm not against flippers. I don't like the word scalpers. It's a more of a derogatory term, but I totally agree with you. That was one of my ideas. Donate food option. You know, you go if you don't want the Happy Meal. I don't know if you're ordering mobile or you know, on one of those kiosks. There should be a check button saying, "Oh, I'll just donate the food," and then that money can go to a charitable organization.
And,
right?
And really, the people should have been like, please do not give me 5 Happy Meals. I don't want that. Like, just give me the packs of cards. Like Roy said, you know, in North America, or in Canada at least, you can just buy the toy. And I've had to do that tons of times because my kids will get a Happy Meal each, and then one of them gets a toy that they like, and the other one doesn't get the toy that they want. And then I have to go back into the McDonald's and be like, can I just buy another toy?
You know what though? I actually just went to McDonald's with my 2 boys, and there was a sign on the McDonald's I went to that said they're not giving out toys unless you buy a Happy Meal. So this is going counter to what we're suggesting right now. You know?
Oh. Yeah, but or you could buy the Happy Meal. Yeah, like
yeah, but I mean
but they just ate one. You gotta feed them 2?
No, you just pay for the Happy Meal, but you don't take the Happy Meal. You just take the toy.
That's what happened in Japan.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying when you go line up, you tell the people, I'll pay for the Happy Meal, but do not make the food. Just keep the food. Just give me the pack.
These guys are they're teenagers, okay? They're just following their manager. Like, sorry, sir, I have to make the food. I need to give it to you, or you don't.
Yeah, it's protocol.
Yeah.
In Japanese culture, they're very strict on
I
rules.
feel like
exactly.
common sense should prevail in these kinds of situations.
No, just like Roy said, in Japan, you don't go against authority. You know, it's Asian culture.
Yeah, so authority should have been smarter. It's like Costco. Roy and I were talking about that, and I was like, he's like, look at all these fights and whatever. I'm like, this is so stupid. Costco should just really just step in and handle this situation. He's like, they don't care. And I'm like, I don't know. After like 2 days of multiple fights showing up on Instagram, it seemed like most Costco's got their act together. We're like, we're just doing limits, and you know, we're putting it in the shopping cart for you. All that kind of stuff.
I'm sure McDonald's could do something similar to that. Okay, I got a couple of more ideas. You tell me if you think it'll work or if you like it. So remember the Minecraft, which wasn't too long ago? They had a McDonald's promo. And I don't know if you ever saw the McDonald's promo for Minecraft. There were adult Happy Meals. Do you remember this?
Oh no, I don't.
So they're $20. Like, it's expensive, but you get like a toy, you know, like a limited edition toy, I guess. And they're going like hotcakes. People are willing to pay $20 Happy Meals, adult Happy Meals, right? And they could easily a pure business move by McDonald's. If you know that these Pokemon cards are in high demand. I know it's supposed to be for kids, but you just raise the prices, and then you know you could tie you could tie that into the donation aspect of it too, right? Like, okay, this is a special Pokemon Happy Meal, $20, but we're gonna donate $15 to a charitable organization. I wonder,
but wouldn't that just drive up the price of the card or the toy? If the only way to get that special toy or card is to pay more, then that card is just going to be more.
Do you think so? You don't think that will stop the scalpers from lining up to pay additional 4x what they would normally pay for a regular Happy Meal? That's what I'm saying.
No, because they're going to make their same amount of money or profit, right?
I don't know.
If the card goes for $5, if the Happy Meal goes for $5, and the card market is $20, like the local market, and then the overseas market is $35. It's just going to be the same thing. It's just instead of $5, you pay $20, and then you'll make $40, and then the aftermarket's going to be $60.
So you think the Pokemon market is that hot? It doesn't matter whatever the okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that can't be. It'll be
It's supply
like Walmart and Target and all of them. It's like they were selling blasters for $20, and then people were buying it and flipping it for $70. And then Walmart and Target were like, hey, we'll just sell it at $60-$70. We'll just cut out the...
Right.
But there's a difference. This is an exclusive Japanese promo that you can only get at McDonald's. It's not just a blaster that you rip. It's like a promotional card. There's promotional cards that are like $100. Like
Yeah, but
the
at a
special delivery Charizard was a free card you get by just having a code, and they're selling for $200.
Yeah, but at a certain point, like the Pokemon collectors have to be like, well, this just doesn't make sense. Like, we can't say like, oh, okay, McDonald's is now selling the Pokemon packs for $300, and then we're all gonna pay $400 now. Like, at a certain point, there's a price where like
$300 Happy Meal.
Yeah, collectors are not gonna pay, and the scalper. It's just like you're just choosing. Do you want the scalpers to make the money, or do you want McDonald's to make the money?
People are paying $25,000 for like a Mario Pikachu that you could have got that in a box for $50.
Yeah, but this
and they were just sitting on shelves, 1 million. Right?
Yes, that's another thing.
Look at the Van Gogh Pikachu. It's popped 40,000. It's still $1,700.
Yeah, once this every time you guys are on, we're gonna ask the same question. When is the bubble gonna pop? Like, it still hasn't popped. Apparently,
I honestly didn't know there were so many Van Gogh fans in the world.
I don't think it's Van Gogh fans. It's Pikachu fans.
Like, people really like Van Gogh. Shocked.
Oh man. What's the other idea that I had? Yeah, I guess you already mentioned it. You can't do like a EQL kind of thing, right? Like limit, like have a kind of an online draw, and if you get it, you can come to McDonald's to pick it up. I guess that just defeats the point of selling Happy Meals
that won't work.
To kids. I guess the only other idea that I had is you got to separate it. It just can't be a Happy Meal promo. You know what I mean? It's just got to be a separate McDonald's promo, and
No, I got it. I got the solution.
Okay, let's hear it.
So you buy a Happy Meal toy. You buy a Happy Meal, and it comes with a little Pikachu toy, like a little figurine. But it also comes with a code card, and you can scan that for a chance to win the promo card. So you do get a toy, so kids are happy, and the toy has no monetary value.
Yeah.
And then you...
No, that's not going to work.
It doesn't work, because then people
just have to eat the McDonald's Happy Meal in the store, and after you're done, you bring your tray, and then they give you the card.
Eat the whole meal, and then you get the card.
I think that's the best one. You just see people eating 20 Happy Meals. I don't know. Actually, maybe that's not a good idea. That's not healthy for flippers / scalpers. Yeah, I don't. Well, generally speaking, though, and you already brought it up, Will, the whole Costco thing that seemed to have fixed itself a little bit. Just having more orderly lines and limiting the products. Is there anything else, like, because we've seen it already, people getting into fist fights, people lining up like crazy, or do you think you just ride the wave and eventually things will just kind of come back down? Is this just one of these cultural phenomenon moments that we're seeing, and there's really no quick fix solution? I don't know.
I mean, if those Happy Meals came out 2 years ago when the market wasn't hot, I don't think it would have been like this.
For sure. It would
probably just been in stock and sold for the 3 days, and then it would have been over. But I went to Walmart the other day to buy my daughter her birthday balloons, and I saw an old man. He's probably in his 50s or 60s, and he asked one of the workers, "Hey, excuse me, do you have Pokemon?" And I was like,
the bubble's gonna pop. It's gonna pop.
Yeah, we're in a bubble, exactly.
That's not a good sign, guys. That's
what was the joke we made last time? If our parents start buying Pokemon cards, it's over.
So someone's parents did it. So,
all right, where's the Van Gogh? I'm gonna list it on eBay tonight. Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty crazy. But you know what? If any of our listeners have any good ideas, we'd love to hear them. You could always DM us at 5Card Guys or at Cards to the Moon on Instagram. And we'll be happy to read them out if we get any good suggestions. Okay, let's move on to our next segment. And it's a new one. We're calling it sneaky plays. All right, so this is I asked you guys before the show to come up with 1 or 2 cards that you think are just really underrated, right? And then these cards you think might pop off in the near future or in the distant future, just whatever, gut feel you have. I just want to hear what you think and your reasoning behind it. And maybe we'll see how many people agree with you or disagree with you. I thought this might be an interesting segment. So I'll get the ball rolling just so, you can kind of get the feel for this new segment. And you guys already know that I got the special delivery Charizard, right? The one where Pikachu is riding riding Charizard. And I thought, like, what are the 2 most famous or well-known Pokemon characters? It's got to be Pikachu and Charizard, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, any card that has both those 2 characters, and then I think I chat GPT'd it to see how many actual cards have Pikachu and Charizard. There's a few. Like, it's not a lot, but there's a few. And when I saw this one, the special delivery Charizard, it's limited because I believe this one was a promo card when the UK version of the Pokemon Center website was launched, and you could have got it during that time. So it's limited to the point where there's only a few thousand instead of tens of thousands. So I think, and it's sealed, and I just got one that was sealed for just under $200 Canadian. So you're looking at 140, 150 US. I'm saying that's pretty, compared to all the other Pokemon cards that are just skyrocketing in price. This seems to be kind of a lower risk. And I think we saw what the PSA 10 does. It's going for what? Just over 1,000 now? Right. 10. So you're looking 7-8x. That's one of my cards. Sneaky plays. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so I thought about the same card. There's 3 of them. There's special delivery Pikachu, Charizard, and Bidoof.
Right.
And then Bidoof being the lowest pop. And then special delivery Pikachu. Because I think they were supposed to do the Charizard second after the Bidoof. Okay. But like the eBay listings went crazy. Like they're selling like pre-orders for like $1,500, $2,000 or something. So then I think they just launched the Pikachu, and then after kind of everything kind of settled down, they're like, okay, we'll launch the Charizard. Yeah. So that was a pretty good one, but that one, even those ones, like went up like crazy in price.
Oh, did they?
Like I think, yeah. So I have one. I graded it, and then I had it at one show for like $700. No one bought it, and then like the next show I did, like I think it was like 3 weeks later, it jumped up to like $1,400.
That was crazy. Yeah.
So people are like, I guess with more collectors and more people in the hobby, they're becoming savvy and they're trying to find these sneaky plays too. But my pick would have been, I guess, with the World Championship that just passed this past weekend in Anaheim. Those stamp cards, I feel like they're still like they're pretty low pop. They come in like all the different languages in the pack, but they're pretty. Yeah, they're not. There's not too many, and they're relatively cheap. So a few of them I've seen like PSA 8s or 9s and 10s for like $400 or $500. For some reason, the Japanese ones are the more expensive ones. Maybe because they get 10s.
Right.
But overall, I feel like that is kind of like a sneaky play. They're pretty low pop, low price point relatively, and they have like a stamp. So they're from the World Championships each year, right? And the artwork always changes. There's always a Pikachu on it, and then the supporting Pokemon around it change every year in the artwork. But yeah, I think that could be a sneaky play long term. I feel like as more and more tournaments happen, the older sets, they'll be like, oh yeah, I like this art, and maybe those ones will pop off. But I feel like they're still pretty undervalued. And
they're low pop because they only distribute it at the Worlds, or they just keep it low pop?
I mean, like this year, they distribute to everyone on Pokemon Center. That's like, you and I both got one, right? And I think, Will, did you get one as well?
I have no idea. I just
okay.
I just click.
It was when you purchase anything. Yeah.
But some of them are stamped. What do you mean by that? Like they're not all...
It has like on the bottom right corner, it's stamped like World Championships. And then it tells you like the year, the 2024, 2025.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's interesting. I like that play.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it'll end up happening, but that's one of the plays. Another would be like look for low pop, low gem rate cards. Like a lot with lots of PSA 9s, but like not a lot of PSA 10s. So there's one I did like actually recently. I recently sold. It's the EVGX. I think it's like SM233, where he's kind of like chunky and derpy looking. So there's only like 200 and something PSA 10s, and then I think the gem rate's like 20% or something low. So I bought that card for like I think 800 at the time, and then I sold it for 3,500.
Dang!
So, wow, that's crazy.
But that one I just copied the same formula as the Magikarp. There's a Magikarp from Paldea Evolved, and the same thing, low gem rate. So lots of PSA 9s, but not a lot of PSA 10s, and that card was going for like upwards of like 3,000, and everyone's like, it doesn't make sense. So I was like, okay, what other cards are out there that have that similar type of profile? So that's the one card I found, and I did pretty well on. So.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's pretty smart. Which is why I don't get the Van Gogh. It's the exact opposite. So many PSA 10s and few PSA 9s.
That's why I sold so many of them at such a low cost. But I'm happy I sold you one, Clark.
Yes, I appreciate that. I still have it. No, I like those plays, but it's harder to find those kind of cards, right? The ones, or they're priced in now at this point because of the Pokemon boom.
Yeah, because everyone's looking for something like, how can I make money? What's low? What and they're finding all these different niches within Pokemon, and then that's how it skyrockets. Whether it's being pumped or whether other people are realizing, okay, this is something that I could probably profit on.
No, do your research. Well, you got one or two?
I just got a question about the Pokemon stuff. Like, it feels like a lot of these cards, they're not ending up in collectors' hands. They're ending up in just, they're just cycling through buyers and sellers as they're all trying to make a profit off it. And so,
for sure,
my thought was, why not just buy every full art card that is, that's cheap, and just sit on it until somebody starts
pumping it?
Yeah, until you see it starting to get pumped, and then you just dump them. Like how much is a full art card of a non-valuable card right now? Like a couple bucks?
Yeah, but let's say there's 10,000 cards at 20, so you need deep pockets to buy every single full art PSA 10.
No, not PSA 10. Just like buy them raw, and just like because they're cheap, right? Like a couple bucks, just buy a few hundred.
Yeah, let's say you 10x on a couple of bucks.
No, but with Pokemon cards, it's not 10x. It's like all of a sudden these cards become hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, so that's what happened right now with like this Kingdra. There's like this promo card from Shrouded Fables, the Kingdra and the Greninja. Like over a span of 2 days, it like 3x or something. It's like a $15 card, and it's like $95 now.
So you just buy anything cheap.
Yeah.
And you just wait for...
But that's like a lot of that is like market manipulation. People are buying up stuff.
Just ride the wave.
That's not going to work well. It's like, Will's essentially, he's essentially saying, buy up every penny stocks out there, okay?
Well, he's saying pretty much buy every card.
Yeah. Just buy them all. Okay, that's not my sneaky play.
Cross that one off the list.
Yeah. I'll erase that one from... one of my sneaky plays is kind of like what Roy was saying. I think PSA 8s are a really great card, like a really great grade to target, especially if it's like modern stuff. I feel like a lot of people who submit their cards for grading, they don't have any idea how to prep their cards properly. And so, if you don't see some obvious chipping or like it's like 90-10 centering, I feel like it's worth the opportunity to buy an 8 and see if you can flip it to a 9, or a 9 and flip it to a 10, especially on those cards like Roy's saying where you see this big discrepancy in price. And it's like, you get enough of those, you buy up enough of those and you hit once, you're up. So I think that's definitely a sneaky play. But I mean, how sneaky is it? I feel like a lot of people are already doing that.
You know, the only problem is, I think it's really doable with PSA 9s and trying to bump that to 10 because the multiplier is there. PSA 8, it's to regrade that you're already in the hole again. You know what I mean? It's like PSA 8 cards are like, oh, it's $5, and you're grading it for 30, and you're hoping to get PSA 9, which just costs like $30-$40, so you're breaking even if you're lucky.
Yeah. Well, I think I think you have to target cards that are a little bit more valuable.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
You don't want to go too low end because then it's just not worth it. But
sure, that makes more sense. Yes.
Not all PSA 8s. It's not like my all full arts theory. Not all PSA 8s. I think this is. I took your sneaky play idea and changed it around a little bit. Not just sneaky plays for us to make, but sneaky plays for card companies to make. I think they need to make some K-pop cards. I think I have not stopped singing Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters for the last week. I think there's a market there. I know that there was some Blackpink collab with Oreo cookies cards.
Right.
And those look great. And I feel like there needs to be more of those. K-pop is such a force in our world. So I think there's a sneaky play there, but I know that's not what you were asking about. I'll give a real.
But K-pop is they do photo cards, not trading cards.
But they gotta get into trading cards. Like,
I mean, it's not a huge leap, right?
It's not that different.
Get an autograph, serial number. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. But my one real sneaky play is it's still WWE Panini inserts. I've been watching these cards. They just keep going up. And there's still some cards that are very low. And I've been buying. Because I think are we talking about the show today? The card show?
No,
we did want to talk about that. We'll do it next time.
We'll do it next time, yes.
Yeah. But I was able to sell a bunch of cards, so now I'm buying more cards. And there's definitely this soft spot in WWE inserts, and I'm enjoying it. That's been the most profitable part of my buying and selling journey over the last year.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
And ESPN just partnered with WWE. Like, WWE is just going to get bigger and bigger and more in the zeitgeist, more in pop culture. So I think WWE is going to the moon.
Go hard, go heavy. Bye.
Just like what Roy did with Pokemon. Look where he's now. Yeah, just bought a mansion. Yeah. What were you going to say, Will?
Roy told me to trust my gut, like with his Pokemon gut. So I'm gonna try that out. See how it turns out.
I like it.
He lives next to me, so if we lose the house, we could just bunk up with his family. My family can bunk up with his family for a few months.
Yeah, he has a few spare rooms now, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, WWE. I think that'll be a good play too. Everything except the Cactus Jack, apparently.
Yeah, don't buy Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Buy low. He's gonna come back and he's gonna be the fan favorite.
It's all part of the script. He's
gonna jump from the high ropes, take down Cody Rhodes, tag team with I don't know, Jey Uso.
He did have one of the better entry songs. Like he's Travis Scott, so he's got a big hit catalog.
Yeah, the problem with also Travis Scott, a lot of people got sick of that song. I think it's called like Fane or something like that. There's this really cool beat, but they played it at every wrestling show. So Raw, SmackDown, every PLE, and like on Reddit, people are just like, I'm so sick of the song. I don't want to hear that song. And then someone wrote that they were at some other event or like at a club or something, and the song got played, and they got so confused because they're like, Wait, this
where is he? He's coming in.
Like who's coming in right now? Yeah. So his music is super overplayed, and
they got to play Golden at the next WWE.
I'll be at collaboration, K-pop and wrestling. I'm in.
Oh man, yeah. My only other sneaky play. This is a homer bias totally, but the Toronto Blue Jays. Come on, and you know what? I only got this idea because I was listening to a Sports Card Nonsense today, and I've haven't been paying attention to their pod for a while. But what got my attention was the title of I think it was their most recent episode where it says like, "Are we seriously talking about the Blue Jays?"
Nice.
And then people are realizing they're, you know what, they have the second best record in the MLB right now behind the Brewers. And you look at the Vladdy cards, the Bo Bichette cards, and so cheap.
Bo Bichette is criminally underpriced.
So cheap, yes. So, you don't go for every Jays player, but the top two, Bichette and Vladdy, and they're so cheap that you can probably get a nice color refractor. You know what I mean? Like a more limited edition, limited parallel of some of the rookie autos. So I'm just saying that's a homer pick. That's a bias pick. And I've also been looking at like superfractors, like insert superfractors, right? So I just saw one actually of Vladdy from the 2025 Topps Chrome set. They have an insert set called Fanatical.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that card. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna bid each other.
No, I'm not going for it. So it's all yours.
No, but I mean like $750, or best offer, so you could get it for cheaper.
Yeah.
But it's a superfractor. It's a 1 of 1. It's a nice looking card, and if any of these players do really well, some of their supers got to, you can probably make a nice flip.
Yeah.
You got.
But what's the insert market like for like past players? I know like MJ and Kobe is like really high, but like those guys are goats. So like Vladdy won't be a goat.
Vladdy will be a goat.
He's probably like what?
I firmly believe Vladdy will be. Yeah,
baseball. You're a homer right there, man. He's good, but he's not. You know what? Be a goat. Like Ohtani, Judge, those guys are like GOAT status type names. Vladdy,
this is what I mean. This is a sneaky play for that reason, because people haven't really realized how good he is right now, right? So, on base percentage, who's leading the league in on base percentage? Take a guess.
Vladdy.
No. Aaron Judge, and it's not even close. Yeah. Second place, Vladdy. Second is Vladdy, right? Shohei's 5th. Soto is 6th. Like he's Soto, Ohtani, Judge. They get all the headlines, but Vladdy is up there. Is just my point. Yeah. So, and come playoffs, if the Jays, knock on wood, go deep, and Vladdy's got to be a big part of that for the Jays to go deep. You can see a little spike. It could be a nice short-term play too, right? In terms of flipping. So
then Vladdy, if you compare to like the NBA old-timers, he's like a Karl Malone.
No.
What?
No? No. Who would Vladdy be?
Vladdy's gonna end up being like top 50 all-time player.
Yeah, so then who's a top 50 all-time player from like MJ's era? And then look at his insert cards. What do they go for? Do they do well? I don't know.
I don't know if you can do apples to apples comparison like that,
because they don't have good cards back then.
That's true too.
Anyway,
you have to compare Vladdy against his peers, and so like Aaron Judge, I get it. New York market, he's 6'1,000. He hits lots of bombs, but he hasn't won championships. So if Vladdy gets one, I think it elevates him.
I do think Vladdy's a not bad pick. Like he's doing well, and his card's going down instead of going up. So
it's stabilized. It's there's a floor now, but yeah.
I know. I'm trying to sell my Sapphire to get out of all of the sports cards I have.
You still have it?
Yeah, I still have it. It's like $1,000 that I had it, and now it's like $300. Not even.
I'm gonna lowball Roy.
Go ahead. I'll give it to you cheap.
This is a good time.
Give me your sealed Pokemon, and we'll do a trade.
All right. Again, to any of our listeners, subscribers, if you have any sneaky plays, please let us know. We'd love to hear it. And we'll monitor like some of our sneaky plays if it actually pans out or not. So yeah, we'll revisit this in a future episode. Okay, let's finish off this episode with our regular weekly segment we call Pick One. And for any new listeners, this is when each of us choose 2 cards and then we debate which one we would rather invest in or have. Okay, so Will, do you want to start things off for us?
Yeah. So I've got 2 cards that recently sold, and they both sold for around $40,000. So you gotta get your not daily wallet, your big boy wallet out. Mm-hmm. $40,000 Canadian. So you have the Charizard First Edition Holo PSA 9, has a pop of 728, and then in PSA 10s there's only 124. So you're talking about like pop 9, pop 10. It's about 1,000 of them.
Yep.
So the Charizard PSA 9 versus a Mickey Mantle Topps 1952 Topps PSA 1. And it's a pop of 373. There's 373 pop 1s. Mm-hmm. And in total graded Mickey Mantle 1952 Topps, there's just under 3,000 of them. So it's super rare because there's only 3,000 that have been graded. And
what's the PSA 1 pop?
373.
Oh, okay.
But obviously there's like 2,600 graded higher than it.
Right.
Yeah. So would you rather have the iconic Charizard First Edition Holo in a PSA 9 or the iconic 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 1?
I want to hear what Roy says because he snickered when you said Mickey Mantle PSA 1.
Oh, no, well, it's because ones are like, there could be a nice one and like a really horrible one, like whether it's like how vivid the colors are or how crumpled up it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like the ripped up like this is the floor of PSA 1. Let's say it's like it looks so good it could be a PSA 2.
I would probably pick the 52 Mantle.
Oh wow.
Just because I feel like that's more like an art piece than it is like anything else. That's like, it's like the creme de la creme of baseball cards, right?
Mm-hmm. It is. But
if it's a nice one, I feel like long term it would do much better. Like it would be treated like a piece of art rather than the first edition Charizard. Because I don't know. I every time we do these pick ones where we put up a sport in a Pokemon, I always end up picking the sport.
And every time
there's more value, it's just value wise. But
and every time I'm
maybe
shocked,
I'm just thinking the bubble's gonna pop, and I feel like sports. I don't know. But I don't know. I think the Mantle will do better just because it's like 40 years older. It's like a card that's like so hard to come by. And if it's a nice one, it's half the pop of a PSA 9. I don't know. I think I'd go with the Mantle just because it's more like artwork. You're holding art versus like I wouldn't say it's like a high produced card in the Pokemon, the Charizard, but at the same time, I don't know. Something about the 52 Mantle is just so iconic.
Wow.
I'm still shocked.
Yeah.
You guys always say that, and sometimes I'm just like, why did I pick the sport?
This is why Roy will never get out of sports cards. He'll just buy another one.
Yeah. Part of me loves sports, but yeah.
All right. That's interesting because I'm drinking the Pokemon Kool-Aid. I'm going to Charizard PSA 9. It's rare enough, right? And we talked about this earlier in the show. It's the IP is just growing. It doesn't seem to be slowing down. Like the Chinese market is really getting into it seems as well. So that's going to be more demand theoretically or hypothetically. And I think, it's kind of under pop control at this point too, right? You're not going to see many more PSA 9s, definitely not many PSA 10s. So I think with the demand, expecting it to just continue to grow over time. More people in this world being Pokemon fans versus Mickey Mantle fans. I'm going to choose the Charizard for those reasons.
Yeah. So I thought it was an easy choice of picking the Charizard.
I did too. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Because my point that I was trying to make is like you were saying, Clark, the growth of like the amount of fans that there are for Pokemon are way bigger than the amount of fans there are for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And Charizard is like the iconic card, and this Mantle is the iconic card of baseball. But there's just going to be more and more and more Pokemon fans moving forward. And yeah, for us, when we look at a 1952 card that feels like such a different generation, is so far removed from us. But in 50 years' time, the Charizard's going to feel so far from the people who are collecting in 50 years. And they're going to feel like the timeline of the Charizard and the Mantle are like in the same range.
Right.
They're just going to be like, oh yeah, the 90s. The 1900s, these 1900s cards.
Yeah.
They're not going to feel
into one.
Yeah. Because for us, 1999, we were alive, we were kids, so we remember that time. But yeah, I think in the future, this Charizard just keeps going up, and maybe baseball dies. I don't know. And I'm saying this as baseball is my first love. Like, I love baseball. So.
Maybe baseball dies, but people will be playing Pokemon forever.
Yeah.
But I feel like the thing that's going for the Mantle is like the PSA 10 is like a $40 million card, isn't it?
I guess so.
Yeah.
So like, you had that comparison. Like, I don't think any card will be that much for Pokemon.
How much is Logan Paul's Charizard?
5 million?
Wow.
Oh, no, the Charizard?
That was a Pikachu illustrator.
Oh, the illustrator.
Pikachu yeah, that's a one of one.
Yeah.
That's even more rare than the Mantle, right? So I think Pop 3 for the Mantle. Is it? But
yeah,
that's like 1/10 of the price of.
It could go either way. Yeah, no, it's
but yeah. Yeah.
We're just hypothesizing everything.
Yeah.
It's a good one though for that reason. I like it. All right, Roy, you got one?
Yeah, so we're gonna go $20,000 price range.
Okay.
We have the Connor McDavid Future Watch Auto. It's a BGS 9.5 True Gem Plus with a Beckett Auto 10 versus the Lovebirds, the Latios GX from Team Up, PSA 10. So that also goes for around the same 12,000. I don't know the Pop. I should have pulled that up, but those are both around $12,000. The Latios has gone up it's going up like 2,000 every month. Like, I could have bought it 2 years ago or whenever it was for 800. It went up to 2,000 and then it dropped back down to like 800. I was like, I'll wait a little bit. It just took off like a rocket.
Yeah. And that Latias is PSA 10, you said?
Yeah, PSA 10.
Is that a Japanese card or is there an English version?
No, English.
Oh, okay.
Well, do you want to go first?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to look up the Pop for Roy. There's 2,000 PSA 10s.
So that's pretty low for a modern card.
Yeah. Okay, this one...
Like Umbreon's like 12,000 or 20,000 or something like that.
This one's super easy for me because it's not an original 151 Pokemon. I don't know Latios or Latias. I could care less about them. And then my son's name is Connor. And then, so I've been looking for a good Connor McDavid card. This is probably one of his most iconic ones. So, yeah, I like the McDavid one. I think they just need to win... They just need to win the cup once, and then it solidifies him forever.
Yeah. This one's an easy one too. I'm going Connor McDavid as well. I was telling someone recently. I think at the National, I'm like, Connor McDavid. I still believe he's undervalued even now. Like, for the hockey player he is, and for the hockey player he will be. Like, in the future, he'll be remembered for just mind-blowing stats. And I'm sure he'll just win one. But I'm just pretty high on Connor McDavid. And Ladio, I remember wanting that card too, the Latios, but now it's like, okay, it's that's one of the cards I feel like it's definitely going to correct itself. So I'm going with McDavid. And the Future Watch auto you said, so it's numbered to 999. So at the very most, there's only 999 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going the same way. Going Connor McDavid.
Sports again. Wow.
Sports again. No, it's just because, like, it's hard for me to justify paying when I knew how much I could have paid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do feel like, when something goes up that quick, it's been steady. So it's been like about 2,000 each month. But yeah, again,
that's insane.
It has to correct, right? Like, I don't know.
Every month we do this podcast.
We say that a lot.
How much is a Mario Pikachu now? That's what I would like to know. Is that 20K yet, or is it still 50?
I don't know. Like, it's so hard to tell because, like, whether it's show bidding or like it just fluctuates like 2,000 up and down. I think last sales were like around 20 Canadian.
Yes, 15.6 US.
15.6
2 days ago. Yeah.
And like 5 days ago, I could have got it for 17 Canadian if I had the cash. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. We're gonna.
But again, I think it will correct. Maybe not down. I don't think maybe not lower than 10K, or 8K or something like that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think it will correct. Where Connor McDavid, if he continues to be steady the way he is, that it'll be like a blue chip. It'll slowly go up rather than just this rapid growth. So I think it's the safer play. And I just love sports over Pokemon on these 1v1s.
So McDavid sweep, and I'll finish off with my pick one, and we'll see if it's a Roy sports sweep as well. Because mine is pitting the Pikachu Scream PSA 10 card, which I wanted, and now it's 2x since I first saw it. So I think I saw it for 3,500 US. I'm like, maybe I'll wait till it goes back under 3. Now it's at 7,000 US. Well, it's the same kind of pattern that Roy, you were talking about with the Latios card, and pretty much with every high-end Pokemon card these days. And then on the other side, I'm going to put up the Bowman anime. It's a subset from, I believe, Bowman, 2024 Bowman Baseball, Shohei Ohtani. And there is an orange parallel, numbered to 25, of course, a PSA 10. So the 25, out of 25, Shohei Ohtani, Bowman anime. It looks like manga style. And it's the first year they reintroduced the Bowman anime subset. They had one, they had the Bowman, not the anime, but the Bowman kind of like vintage TV subset back in the 50s, 60s. So it's kind of a play off that, but they made it into anime style. But yeah, the Ohtani orange 25 of the 2024 Bowman anime set, or the Pikachu Scream PSA 10. I believe the pop count for that is what, 4,000? I got to double check.
There's 3,500.
3,500. There you go. Thank you. Roy, is it a sports sweep, or are you going with the Scream this time?
I don't think it. No, I think I'll go for the Pikachu.
Ooh.
Just because I'm not. Maybe if you picked a different sports card, I would be. I feel like this isn't even drawn by an anime artist. It's just they just called it the anime series.
Okay,
but like I don't know. Like he's in the Dodgers uniform. It's like if he was a rookie, maybe it'd be a little different. Like all the sports cards I've been picking are like either rookie cards or something. But this one's just like a insert. Even though it's numbered to 25, I don't know. Like it's orange, but it doesn't even look orange.
It's kind of true. But it's Ohtani,
so
that's why I chose.
Pardon?
That's why I chose it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's Ohtani, but I don't know. I'm more on like the rookie train than I am on the just kind of buy any year type guy. But yeah, I don't know. I love the art. Like I'm a pure Pikachu collector, and this is like an exclusive Japanese art, which is like promo. That's like my kryptonite. That's what I chase. So Yeah, for me, and I could have bought this card for so cheap. They go for like $300-$400.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I feel a little better.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd go for the Scream because, the artwork, it being Pikachu, it being a Japanese promo, being PSA 10, it's everything for me. So I picked this over the Otani.
All right. Interesting. How about you, Will?
I think maybe I'm just allergic to Roy. So I picked the Otani for the very reasons that Roy didn't pick the Otani. I love that it's him in his Dodgers uniform.
Yeah.
Not because... Actually, no, I hate that it's him in his Dodgers uniform because this is also the year when it could have been him in the Toronto Blue Jays uniform. But the fact that it is the first year Dodgers, it is this reference to an iconic card design. And it's kind of, I don't know if it's like mildly racist, but a Japanese guy on a Japanese anime style card, it just seems more right. Like, it seems to, like, it fits in my brain. I actually just love the imagery. I love the picture of it. The Pikachu Munch one, I do really like that card. I think it's one of my favorite Pokemon cards. But I think just the fact that it's Pop 25, it's a low colored number. It's an iconic picture. I'm going to go with the Otani.
All right. I'm going to have to break the tie. I want that Pikachu Scream card so bad, but I'm gonna go with the Otani as well. Pretty much similar reasons that Will just stated a second ago. I like the low pop. Every other Shohei Ohtani card is too expensive for me, so this is kind of maybe if I wanted to dish out a little bit of cash, this is something I'd be comfortable buying because it's a low serial numbered, and with the Pikachu cards, even the Scream, I'm hoping that it corrects itself to a point where I can add it to my collection, and it would I'm trying to get the trifecta, right, of that Pikachu art card. I got the stamp box already. I got the Van Gogh, and this would be perfect for my collection. So one day I hope I'll be able to get one, but I just think it's really expensive right now, and I'm hoping that'll correct. But the Otani, it's kind of like we were saying with Pokemon, like when's the bubble gonna burst? We kind of say the same thing with Otani cards too. Like it's just not coming down at all. And so if I'm gonna buy an Otani card, I'm gonna focus on low numbered cards that should hold its value better than a base auto even.
Do you ever see Otani cards going down? I don't think so. Like,
no, this is my point.
His cards will never go down because even if he never played a single game again, his stats,
one of a kind player.
He's already a Hall of Famer. He won the championship, right? Like, just imagine if Mike Trout left the Angels and went to a good team. He would be and he won a couple championships. Like as soon as Shohei won it last year, it's like it's done. He's cemented.
I agree 100%. All right, you know what? You reminded me earlier in the show. We got to revisit where you guys set up at the local show, VonCon. And we got to, just kind of go over what we're thinking at the time and if any of those feelings have changed. So we'll do that next month when we do this pod. Speaking of which, Roy, are you doing any more shows coming up?
I don't have any shows planned yet. I'll probably sign up for some, last minute. But I am going to Vancouver, Van City Card Show. I think that's like end of September.
Okay.
So I think it's like the 18th to 20 something or something like that.
You're gonna
18th to 21st, I think.
You're setting up, or you're just?
So I'll be in Vancouver. But yeah, that's the only show I have planned right now. But summer's over. Like I didn't want to do a lot of shows in the summer because my son would always be like, "You're doing another show? I thought we were gonna hang out." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna do shows in the summer. I'll focus more on the off season." And then we have Expo coming up in November.
That's right.
So those are the only two I have, booked in now. But
okay, so as a vendor,
nothing else.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, we'll revisit the VonCon. I think there's a few things we could talk about, and I'll pretty much when that airs, you'll probably be off in Vancouver at that time to do the next show. But anyway, appreciate all our listeners and subscribers, and we'll have a brand new episode for you guys next week. Talk to you then. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to Cards to the Moon. We'd really appreciate you subscribing to our podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. And you can also connect with each of us on Instagram at 5cardguys, or you can follow Hyung at Integrity Sports Cards, or John at TradeU at Recess. You can also check us out at 5cardguys.com. Thanks again, and hope to connect soon.